You're very welcome back to the show now. Are your dreams more intense and memorable these days? Do you think life in lockdown could be affecting your sleep patterns, and what do you think about while you snooze? Well, if so, I'm joined now by our regular dream interpreter even, Alison Byrne, to tell us why this is. You are very welcome back to the show, Alison. Thank you so much for joining us. Well, I'm having bonkers dreams
Oh, thank
anyway.
you.
I don't know about you. I'm not alone in this, I would imagine.
Yes. Well, there's different things are happening at the moment. Some people are having really vivid dreams, like nearly frighteningly so. And that's because there's so much churned up. I mean, everybody has their normal life and the ups and downs of that. Plus, of course, this crisis that we're in. So our unconscious minds are working on overtime at night because during the day we can only cope with so much. So we shove a lot into the unconscious to be dealt with when we're asleep. And then when we're asleep, our dreams are really, they're working very hard for us. And then when we wake up, we can have all sorts of images left in our minds. If you feel comfortable about it, that's okay. You don't have to worry about it. If they're kind of staying with you and you're kind of a little bit, why are they still with me? Why is it, even if it's just one image of a toe or anything, whatever it is,
Yeah.
there's a reason for that. And that's your unconscious trying to give you some sort of helpful information back into your conscious mind.
Yeah, I suppose a lot of people are having
But we
stress.
have other people.
Yeah, it's just a lot of people
Yeah,
having stress dreams and anxiety dreams and things like that now because of what's going on.
they are. They are. And you know what's got very very common at the moment?
Yeah.
People are dreaming a lot about insects, either all over their house or all over their bodies, or mice or rats, things like that that we really abhor.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is it's symbolic of germs and bacteria coming in. Our minds always link things to things that we already have experience of. So it's a fear.
Yeah.
So the best way to deal with them is to actually visualize. It's called consciously finishing a dream. If you have a dream that's troubling you, to go back into the story of the dream and give it a different ending, as though you're writing a fairy tale.
Yeah.
Make yourself the superhero that you just one quick blow and all the insects are gone, or whatever it is. Because it sounds a bit childish, but it's actually telling your unconscious mind that this is okay. It's something that I can cope with, and it's something I can get rid of that worry out of my life.
Yeah.
We have to deal with whatever we have to deal with, but not with this terror as well.
Yeah, but a lot of people, I suppose, that never had dreams, or they have dreams. Everyone has dreams, but they mightn't remember them. But what about people who are now, for the first time, are actually waking up scared? They're remembering their dreams. They're remembering their weird nightmares. They're remembering these things, and it's the first time for them. Why is that?
Because it's so great. As I said, we all have our normal lives, and then we have this huge thing that we're not prepared for. It's the first time we've had to deal with such a crisis. So the dreams are, as I say, working in overtime. So if you're waking up and you're feeling disturbed, maybe frightened even, you work with it. Now, when I say work with it, you take whatever images are left. If you can write them down the minute you wake up, that's the best thing of all, because it's so vivid, but then they're gone within seconds usually.
Yeah.
So write it down. But if it's something that's still playing on your mind, try to work with it. Like, have you any image that you've woken up with yourself, Elaine?
Oh God, I've loads of them. Like, I'm having really crazy dreams. I'm talking in my sleep, full sentences obviously. I don't know myself. I've been told grinding my teeth in my sleep. So I'm having horrendous dreams at the moment. Some of them are really disturbing. Like, it's different scenarios, but I'm stopped from doing something. For example, somebody stopped me from getting to work to do my job. There's little hurdles everywhere, and I'm like in this maze trying to do what I'm trying to do. And quite often, and it hasn't happened to me for a while, is my father has come back from the dead in a lot of my dreams over the last
Yes.
number of weeks. And I think a lot of people are like that maybe one of their loved ones are visiting them in their dreams.
Yes. Well, the being stopped is pretty obvious. We are being stopped from doing many, many things at the moment. But your father coming back, there's two possibilities there. One is that he actually is coming back to visit you and help you at the moment, because our logical selves have so many barriers up to having loved ones come back to us. We don't believe in it and all that. But when we're asleep, all those resistances are down, and there is a possibility for our loved ones to come back. So you get a sense it was either a dream or it was a visit. So if it was a dream, then you work with, just take 2 or 3 qualities of your dad. And the first, actually, do you want to do it now? Would you like to?
Sure, why
just
not?
Give me 2 or 3 traits. Yeah.
He was very dependable, very loving, and
Okay.
very strong.
Great. So there are 3 positive traits, because everybody in the dream represents yourself. And that's why sometimes people dream out of the blue about somebody they haven't seen since second class in primary school, you know. So what you do is what you've just done there, you take the traits of the person, the first ones that come into your mind. If you start thinking you've lost it, you have to use, you know, quickly what comes into your mind. So then you look at those traits for yourself. So you said he was very dependable. So that's your unconscious mind putting the thoughts of dependable into your conscious mind. So you say then either I too am very dependable, or do I need to be more dependable? There's always the two sides of the coin. Which side am I on at the moment? So it sounds like the dream is saying you can actually depend on yourself. Sorry, what was the next one? Strong, was it?
Loving.
Loving. And again, that's a really interesting one, because you look at your own, am I loving? And I mean, I'm not asking you to answer these, but for yourself, am I loving enough, or am I over loving? Some people are into giving too much and then they're left with not enough for themselves. But quite often, the person that we have to be more loving to is ourselves. We forget that an awful lot, and we can be busy doing and helping and all that, and not looking after ourselves enough. So you have to be, if it was your dad in the dream, you have to parent yourself as well.
God, that's
And you go
interesting.
through the different traits like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
sorry.
if it's a trait that you think of that you don't like about the other person, it's a bit harder to work on them, because everybody likes to think that we have all the nice parts. But if it's let's say he was mean, and you have to look at, am I mean?
Yeah.
And again, am I mean to other people? Am I mean to myself? Or do I need to be more mean? Am I far too generous? Do I just take it to being ridiculous?
So it's quite representative of yourself if you do dream of somebody else in these times. Yeah. What about why some people are more likely than others to remember what's going on in their dreams? Is that because it's our subconscious telling us we need to work on these things, or are some people just heavy sleepers and that's it?
There's a couple of different reasons. We kind of accept that we all dream. It's just whether we remember it or not. If you're not remembering dreams, the ideal possibility is that you don't need to, that you have processed enough, sorted through enough between your waking hours and your dreaming hours, that there isn't any more work left to be done when you're awake. So that would be great. Another reason that we sometimes don't remember is because there's a feeling of there's too much there. In life, if we have too much stress, we can't handle it, so we bury it and we get on with life. It's a survival technique. So if we have a sense that there's too much to be processed in our unconscious mind, we just say, no, not doing it, not going there at the moment. And that's okay. Sometimes people get annoyed with themselves for that, but that's their instinct saying this is the best way to handle things at the moment. So you just accept it. Again, be kind to yourself.
Yeah.
And we have things like dreams are very helpful for helping us to work through stress. But sometimes if you're overly stressed, it's too hard for you to remember the dreams. It's just a glitch in the wiring at that stage. But then there's simple things like, I mean, we all should be on good diets, we know that. Vitamin B in particular is very helpful for remembering dreams. So it's something to just look at. If you want to remember dreams and you're not, look at your diet.
That's interesting.
And then there's the very simple.
I'm sorry, I hate to interrupt you. It's interesting that you're saying that, because apparently when I'm talking the other night, I said an entire sentence in my sleep, and it was, I really need to remember, I really need to remember. And I don't know what I wanted to remember. I don't know what I was talking about. So I said that out loud, which is very strange. So I'd love to know what it was that I need to remember, because I'm after forgetting it.
There's a couple of things you could do with that. One is to just sit down quietly and, relax and think just that little phrase, I need to remember, and let yourself just focus on those words for a minute, 2 minutes, breathing nice and deeply, and then just blank your mind and just see what comes into your mind, because you're going back into your unconscious mind, your subconscious that way.
Yeah.
But another way that I find very helpful is when you're going to sleep tonight, just repeat that phrase as you're going to sleep and rely on your dream world to provide you with the answer.
Wow. Well, I hope it will work now, because I was shocked when I heard that I actually spoke. Normally, when you speak in your sleep, it's a random word here and there. A full sentence is new to me, so
Yes.
I'll keep you posted, Alison, if I do actually remember anything and it does come back to me. So, in times like this, it might seem that dreams are a stressful manifestation, but they can actually help us through these things if you work through them. If we work with them.
Yeah.
And
so you work with the symbols and things.
Yeah, and as always, if anyone needs to contact you about these, your website, you're there and ready, willing and able to help us all.
Absolutely.
And your website where your website is on the screen there, alisonbyrne.com. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today. And we'll talk to you again
Oh,
soon
thank you,
again,
Elaine.
no doubt.